Imagine a future where we can rewrite our own biological code. This is the promise and perhaps the peril of genetic engineering. It is a field that is rapidly advancing, pushing the boundaries of what we thought possible. We now stand at the cusp of a new era, one where we have the power to shape the future of our species. The human genome, our complete set of DNA, is like a vast library of information. With genetic engineering, we now have the tools to read, edit, and even rewrite this code. This technology has the potential to revolutionize medicine, agriculture, and even the very fabric of human evolution. For the first time in history, we have the ability to directly influence the course of our own evolution. But as we venture into this uncharted territory, we must proceed with caution. The decisions we make today about genetic engineering will have far-reaching consequences for generations to come. At its core, genetic engineering is the process of altering an organism's genetic makeup. This means manipulating the very building blocks of life, DNA and RNA. Think of DNA as a long, twisted ladder, and each rung on this ladder is made up of pairs of chemicals called bases. These bases, adenine, A, thymine, T, guanine, G, and cytosine, C, form the alphabet of life. The specific sequence of these bases determines the instructions encoded in our genes. Genetic engineering allows us to target specific genes, either to correct errors or to introduce new traits. One of the most powerful tools in the genetic engineer's toolkit is CRISPR-Cas9. This revolutionary technology acts like a pair of molecular scissors, allowing scientists to cut DNA at precise locations. CRISPR has been hailed as a game changer in genetic engineering, opening up a world of possibilities. The potential of genetic engineering to revolutionize human health is undeniable. Today, thousands of diseases are known to be caused by errors in our genes. For many of these diseases, there are no effective treatments, and those that do exist often come with significant side effects. Genetic engineering offers a beacon of hope. By targeting the root cause of these disorders, the faulty genes themselves, scientists believe we can develop cures for diseases that have plagued humanity for centuries. Imagine a world without cystic fibrosis or sickle cell anemia. Beyond curing inherited diseases, genetic engineering also holds promise for tackling complex conditions like cancer, heart disease, and Alzheimer's disease. By understanding the genetic underpinnings of these conditions, scientists can develop more targeted and effective treatments. While the potential benefits of genetic engineering are vast, so too are the ethical concerns. One of the most contentious issues is the possibility of designer babies. Critics argue that this could lead to a new form of eugenics, where parents with the financial means could design their children to have certain desirable traits. This raises concerns about exacerbating existing social inequalities and creating a genetic divide. Proponents argue that genetic selection is simply an extension of choices parents already make to give their children the best possible start in life. It is essential that we engage in open and honest discussions about the ethical implications of genetic engineering and establish clear guidelines for its use. Genetic engineering is no longer a futuristic fantasy. It is a reality that is already having a tangible impact on our world. One of the most promising areas of research is in gene therapy. This involves introducing, removing, or altering genes within a patient's cells to treat or prevent disease. Scientists are currently conducting clinical trials for a wide range of conditions, including inherited blindness, hemophilia, and various types of cancer. In agriculture, genetically modified crops have been around for decades, engineered to have desirable traits such as increased yield and resistance to pests. Genetic engineering is also being used to address environmental challenges, like using genetically modified bacteria to clean up oil spills. Others are working on engineering crops that can absorb more carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. The applications of this technology are vast and growing rapidly. As genetic engineering continues to advance, it is sparking intense debate and generating a wide range of opinions among the public. Public perception of this technology is complex and often influenced by a variety of factors, including religious beliefs, cultural values, personal experiences, and media portrayals. Some people embrace genetic engineering as a powerful tool for improving human health and addressing global challenges. Others view genetic engineering with skepticism, caution, or even outright opposition. Surveys have shown that public opinion on genetic engineering varies widely depending on the specific application. There is generally more support for using genetic engineering to cure diseases than for enhancing traits like intelligence or athletic ability. The role of the media in shaping public perception of genetic engineering is significant. Hollywood movies often portray genetic engineering in a dystopian light, contributing to public anxiety and misunderstanding. The ethical and societal implications of genetic engineering are viewed through different lenses depending on cultural perspectives and belief systems. What might be considered ethical and desirable in one culture could be met with resistance or even condemnation in another. In some cultures, there is a strong emphasis on individual autonomy and the right to make choices about one's own body and reproductive decisions. In these cultures, there might be greater acceptance of using genetic engineering for purposes like selecting the sex of a child or enhancing certain traits. In contrast, other cultures might prioritize the needs of the community over individual desires, and there might be greater emphasis on accepting the natural order of things. Religious beliefs also play a significant role in shaping views on genetic engineering. Some religious traditions emphasize the sanctity of life and view interfering with the genetic makeup of humans as overstepping boundaries. Ultimately, the intersection of cultural values, religious beliefs, and scientific advancements creates a complex and evolving landscape of perspectives on genetic engineering. While genetic engineering holds immense promise, it is important to acknowledge that it is a powerful tool that comes with inherent risks and uncertainties. The science of gene editing is still in its early stages, and much remains unknown about the long-term consequences of altering the human genome. One of the primary concerns is the potential for off-target effects. When using tools like CRISPR to edit genes, there is a risk that the edits might be introduced at unintended locations in the genome. These off-target edits could have unforeseen and potentially harmful consequences. Another concern is the possibility of unintended consequences, as genes often interact with each other in intricate ways. Moreover, germline editing raises ethical concerns about making permanent changes to the human gene pool without fully understanding the long-term consequences. As we venture further into the realm of genetic engineering, we must be mindful of the potential for unintended consequences. The complex interplay of genes, environment, and chance makes it difficult to predict with certainty the long-term effects of genetic interventions. One concern is the potential for ecological disruption. For example, the release of genetically modified organisms into the environment could have unforeseen consequences for ecosystems. Another concern is the potential for exacerbating social inequalities. If access to genetic enhancements is limited to the wealthy, it could create a genetic divide between the haves and the have-nots. Furthermore, there is the risk of unintended evolutionary consequences. Altering the human gene pool through germline editing could have unforeseen effects on the future evolution of our species. While we might be able to eliminate certain diseases, we could also inadvertently remove genetic variations that provide resilience to other challenges. The future of genetic engineering is filled with both promise and uncertainty. As our understanding of the human genome deepens, and our tools for manipulating DNA become even more sophisticated, the possibilities seem limitless. Imagine a future where genetic engineering allows us to enhance our immune systems, making us resistant to a wide range of diseases. Imagine a world where we can slow down the aging process, extending our lifespan significantly. However, as we stand on the cusp of this genetic revolution, we must proceed with caution and careful consideration. One of the most pressing challenges will be to ensure that access to genetic technologies is equitable and does not exacerbate existing social inequalities. We must also establish robust ethical guidelines and regulations for the use of genetic engineering. Moreover, we must foster open and transparent dialogue about the potential benefits and risks of genetic engineering. The choices we make today will shape the evolutionary trajectory of our species. We are entering a new era in human history, one where we have the power to shape the very blueprint of life. Genetic engineering offers extraordinary possibilities for improving human health, addressing global challenges, and even influencing the course of our own evolution. However, this newfound power comes with profound ethical and societal implications. As we navigate the complex landscape of genetic engineering, we must proceed with a deep sense of responsibility. It is essential that we engage in thoughtful and inclusive dialogue about the ethical, social, and environmental implications of this powerful technology. We must ensure that genetic engineering is used to promote human well-being and address global challenges in a way that is equitable, just, and sustainable. The future of genetic engineering is not predetermined. Let us strive to harness the power of genetic engineering for the betterment of humanity and the preservation of our planet for generations to come.